meeting of County Council order tonight. This is the meeting of September 8th, 2015. Appreciate the good crowd we got here tonight. As always, we have somebody say our invocation, which will be Mr. Stuart Jones tonight, and then we'll say our pledge of allegiance. We'll all stand.
Join me in word of prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for the opportunity that you've given us to serve the people of Lawrence County. Please give us strength to choose the path of righteousness, keeping you in all that we do. Please guide us to do what pleases you first and foremost. Lord, give us strength to defend liberty. Please be with our servicemen, women around the world, law enforcement, firefighters, EMS, all the first responders, and the many departments here in our county. Please be with the people of our county, state, and country. In our Heavenly Father's name, amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. First thing tonight is going to be the approval of our agenda for September the 8th. Do we have a motion?
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Second. Got a motion and a second. Do we have any additions or deletions? If none, we'll vote by showing our right hand. 7-0. Next thing will be approval of our minutes for our past meeting of August 25th. Do we have a motion for approval of our minutes?
Mr. Chairman, I so move to approve the minutes for August 25th, 2015.
Do we have a second?
Second, Mr. Chairman.
Motion and second. Do we have any changes to the minutes? If none, we'll vote by the show of our right hand. 7-0. First thing tonight is a public hearing, ordinance 798. That's conveying 0.36 acres to ZF Transmission, I believe. I'll let Mr. Cruikshanks hit this.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman, this is the part of the cul-de-sac that we've talked about. We're going to straighten it out on that corner there. Actually, it would be for the ZF Transmission and for Agricel, who owns the property at the present time and leases it to ZF. This would be the final part of that, and then we'll execute the deed for that to the appropriate parties.
Okay, our public hearing is now open. If you want to speak for or against, please come forward. No one to speak, we'll close the public hearing, and I'll ask for a third reading, a motion for third reading ordinance 798. Convey 0.36 acres for an economic development project.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to approve ordinance number 798.
We got a motion, we have a second.
Second, Mr. Chairman.
It's 798, I believe, ain't it?
Yes, sir. 798.
Do we have any discussion at all on this? If none, we'll vote by the show of our right hand. 7-0.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
The next thing, I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Ernie Seeger's presentation of the resolution commendation for Mr. Claude Howe, Chuck Howe, Chip Howe.
Chip's good enough, Mr. Chairman. Thank you. Where to, sir? It's a pleasure for me to recognize a friend of mine, a friend of a lot of people in this room for many years of services to the people in the judicial system of Lawrence County. 2 weeks ago, the County Council voted a resolution honoring Mr. Howe in honor. I'd like to read it briefly.
A resolution of commendation in honor of Claude H. Howell III. Whereas Claude H. Howell III is a Lawrence County attorney who served for 28 years as a public defender for Lawrence County, the 8th Judicial Circuit of South Carolina. Whereas Mr. Howell, better known to his friends and colleagues as Chip, retired from that very important position on July 31st, 2015. Whereas Mr. Howell began his service as Lawrence County public defender in July 1987, and whereas due to a change of state law in 2007, Mr. Howell became the senior public defender for Lawrence County as part of the 8th Judicial Circuit Public Defender's Office. And whereas for almost 3 decades, Mr. Howell provided competent legal representation to thousands of Lawrence County residents who otherwise would not have had access to such representation. And whereas for many years, Mr. Howell utilized his considerable professional skills to ensure that defendants in Lawrence County judicial system dealt with clients fairly and equitably, and whereas Lawrence County expresses their appreciation to Mr. Howell and recognizes his decade of service to Lawrence County and its citizens. Now therefore be it resolved that Lawrence County Council congratulates Mr. Howell on his retirement as a public defender of Lawrence County, and County Council wishes Mr. Howell the very best upon his retirement. Resolved this 8th day of September 2015. Congratulations. We do have here, I don't know everybody, but Judge Don Hawker, the 8th Judicial Circuit, Superior Court Judge Joe McGowan, Mr. Howell's mother and wife are here. This public defender's office, who you all will. The sheriff's here, the clerk of court's here, and former chairman Jim Coleman, who's a golfing buddy and a good friend of Chip's, is here along with son John. I used to be a golfing buddy too, but I hadn't played in a while. But Chip has been an inspiration here. He's worked hard. I think he's done what he's done with confidence and vigor and authority.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Yes,
much.
sir.
Thank you.
I'd just like to say that on behalf of county council, we wish you the best. Get out there and just have a good time, play golf with Jim Coleman.
I'm going to keep working, but I'm going to do that too. Thank y'all so much. I guess, but we have permission.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank y'all so much.
You got to stay here, get the flight.
Thank you.
Jim, I didn't see you out there. I'd like to appreciate you coming to our meeting. Come anytime. I always use that. Next thing is our discussion items. We've got third reading approval of ordinance 797. This is about the rehabilitated historic properties, about tax assessment. Do we have a motion for third reading on that?
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to move third reading approval of ordinance 797.
Got a motion, we have a second?
Second, Mr. Chairman.
Have a second. Does anyone have any questions? If none, we'll vote by showing our right hand. 7-0. Next thing is approval of a termination agreement for Fiberwell Incorporated. Mr. Drew James.
Mr. Chairman, members of council, many years ago when Fiberweb and other companies had economic development projects, these were, a lot of the funding was done through industrial revenue bonds. Those get replaced by special source revenue bonds. Now, this goes back to, I believe, 98, when this was first done with Superior Non-Woven, which became Fiberweb. When you did these, it's like a mortgage on your house. If you went and bought a house, borrowed money from the bank, they put a mortgage to let everybody know that you owe money. That's the way these industrial revenue bonds were handled back in I hate to say older times, but back before we kind of modernized our fee and lieu structure. This property is changing hands to you fellows approved Project Lace just recently, which is a mobile Turkish company. Property is getting ready to change hands, and this old indenture, which is like a mortgage, is still on record. It is long since matured, there is nothing the county is owed, and it just simply needs to come off the record. And the attorney handling this for Mobile has asked that we, council consider and approve the termination agreement so that this can be taken off the record. You see the case numbers referred to. It would be my recommendation that approve this and allow this transaction to be completed. Do you have to answer any questions?
Is this an ordinance or just?
No, sir, this is just a vote to terminate the agreement. There's no ordinance, no resolution.
It's not a resolution either.
It's just approve the agreement that you see in front of you.
Do we have a motion for approval of the termination agreement for Fiber Web Incorporated?
Mr. Chairman, I so move to terminate the previous agreement for indenture fiber.
Got a motion, we have a second. Second. Motion and a second. Does anyone have any questions? None, we vote by show of our right hand. All in favor? 7 leave.
Thank you.
Our next item is our administrative report. We don't have a short meeting tonight. Our next item is administrative report, Mr. Aaron Ziegler.
So what short we got to discuss. We have had some staff activity and some meetings on what we perceive to be important issues facing county council. One is the ELS study that we've talked about for a number of months. And I think you, Mr. Chairman, I believe you signed that task to the Committee on Health and Emergency Services, David Pitts, Chair, Keith Dawson, Stuart Tillman. Because of our staffing situation, we have decided to kind of split these tasks among our current staff, among your staff, to try to see if we can move both two projects on something at the same time. The other project involves, I'm calling upgrade regulatory ordinances dealing with mobile homes, roads, and other, I think, junkyard and other situations that have come up over the last, since Mr. Russian came on board, and we have a relatively new building official, Chuck Bobo. And that was assigned to the Committee on Planning and Governmental Affairs, Mr. Anderson chairs, Mr. Nash, and Dr. Pitts. I'm going to, on the EMS side, I'm going to work with Chad Morrell, our EMS director, and Joey Avery, our communications director, on that part of it. And Dr. Pitts talked about Pitts, and we plan to have a meeting next Tuesday, the 15th, probably at 6 o'clock in this room. We'll get all that fleshed out in the next couple of days. The other issue that was assigned to Ms. Anderson's committee was also dealing with the Planning Commission and these ordinances. I've asked Mr. Russian and Mr. Bobo, Mr. Cruikshanks, and Ms. Walsh to kind of work on that part of it as we proceed forward. Now, if we need to, on the EMS side, if we need to help the county attorney, Mr. Cruikshanks, certainly able to answer questions or whatever. But we felt like both these things were important. The EMS situation has been on hold for a while. We just got to figure out how to handle the fifth station and what to do and that sort of thing. The regulatory ordinances are, I think, pending and create some difficulty for the folks in the field that have to enforce these things because of ambiguity and other things that might be involved. So I think our planning commission meets next Tuesday night, I believe, probably on the Church Street building. And so we'll try to keep these things on parallel tracks as best we can and try to come to some resolution to them within the next several weeks or months if possible. I think both of them will require some work. I know on the EMS side, our EMS director and our communications director are working on some whiteboard entries and some things that need to be looked at. I talked to Jones, I think you got some ideas we want to talk about too. So the idea is to try to get all the stuff on the table and see where we are with it. And we'll follow up in the next that couple of days with agendas and that sort of thing. Just want to let everybody know that we're not sitting on this stuff. We are trying to move it and get some results on it. And that's just a matter of much. You had answer the question about it. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Aaron. We're a little early tonight, but we have a 15-minute period for public comment. Public comment period is now open. If you have something you need to say, please come forward, state your name. Tell us.
I have a few things I'd like to say. It's about the EMS, the 911, and fire department. We don't hear much good comments about these guys except from you folks. But about 2 or 3 weeks ago, I had an incident pop up with one of my grandchildren, my 16-year-old granddaughter. And her grandmother and it was a false report to start with, but most grandparents overreact sometimes to a situation with a grandchild, which I guess everybody knows that. But anyway, we called 911. What we got was a message from someone that stated that my granddaughter had been in an accident and she couldn't call anybody or anything of that nature. So guess what? We called 911. And we were looking to see if they knew any particulars on the incident. Well, short story, we took off for Clinton, which is where she goes to high school. And we got to the first road over there looking for her. We didn't know where she was at or anything. And before we could get over to the airport area, we started intercepting fire trucks, EMS vehicles, sheriff's patrol, everybody. And every place we went, we'd almost get run over by a fire truck or something. So I guess my big comment is that if there's a better reactive set of people in another county in this state, I think I would move my grandchildren there. I don't think we have anything in the state that equates to what happened that night. Fortunately, we found out it was a bad report. She had been with an accident, but she wasn't involved with it. But I would like to say our appreciation for all that these three groups have done for us. It's just a good thing to know that you're protected by these groups here the way they do.
Thank you, Jen.
Appreciate it.
I have to ditto that. I know our EMS and our sheriff's department and our fire department, they're gonna do the best they can when they go out.
They were outstanding that night, really.
I
Really good.
appreciate what they do. Any other comments? If none, we'll close the public comment session, and I'll ask for comments from council members. We start with Mr. David Pitt,
No comment, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. McDaniel,
No comments.
Ms. Andrews,
Don't have any.
Mr. Young,
No comment at this time.
Mr. Ted.
Yeah, I got 2 or 3 things. Gray Court's having their Heritage Day Saturday, September the 12th. In Gray Court, they have this annually. Start around 9 o'clock. They're going to have guest speakers at 12 as close as they can. They're going to dedicate a memorial to our veterans. And there in Gray Court in the city limits, they signs where you park in the field and go over to the different displays, the log cabins and all the Heritage Day things. And I'd just like for everybody to keep that in mind. And at this time, I'd like to request that I'd like to nominate Diane Culberson, 944 Highway 92, Gray Court, to be on the Tender Marnes Award recipient. And Diane works, has for years, her and her husband, when he was living, they gave money for a park in Gray Court. They have just been outstanding, and they do all kind of things to keep the budget going. They spend a lot of money. So I'd like to recommend Diane Culberson for Tender Marnes Award.
Ted made a motion, we have a second for Diane Coates, the Henry Warren Award.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to second Mr. Nash's motion, Ms. Culbertson. I've known her a long time. She works tirelessly in that community, and she has for many, many years. And I think she'd be a great recipient in her local board.
Thank you. Anyone else have any comment? I think she's very deserving. All in favor, raise your right hand. 7 zero. Mr. Dawson, you got any comments?
Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chairman, on the end alarm, we want to get right anxious to get the warning. But if you have any, what we've done in the past is we've done it as a group, and we've done it 3 or 4 times. So this is the third one that we've been proposed this year. If anybody has somebody that they'd like to nominate, we can go ahead and get those on the table as soon as we could. And then we'll, I think the Walsh and others will work on preparation of certificates, plaques, and that kind of thing. So if you let us know as soon as you could, we appreciate it. Thank you.
I haven't got anything either, but let's all remember, I believe it's September 12th, Hall of Heroes. This is going to be, I believe, in Clinton this year, Clinton High School. And I believe it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Believe it or not. 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and everybody needs to be there.
And that's also on the 12th, right?
Yeah.
She said to apologize to the council and the people that they didn't catch that. They were going to reschedule their Heritage Day after they thought about it, but they just didn't know it. But since it's over by 12:30, 1:30, maybe, she said maybe everybody could still attend the other one.
And one other thing, like what Mr. Emma Finley here with us tonight, he hadn't attended our council meeting in a good while. I know he stayed busy. Good to have you with us tonight. Good to have everybody with us tonight. Next thing is, we got an executive session, employment matter. Need a motion to go in executive session.
Mr. Chairman, I move we go into executive session for one employment matter.
Second. Second. Motion and a second. All in favor, raise your right hand. 7-0. We'll take a 5-minute recess before we start our executive session.
Somebody blink the light for the last call.
I got a charter.
Just gonna be in the hospital.
Okay, we're out of executive session. We had no action taken. Has anybody got anything else to come before us tonight? We hadn't. We stand there.